Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Ba'asham Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Kiam. And this is your brother Bawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Ba'asham Kwadash. And this video is just going to be a little bit of a story time. You're going through the things that happened, or rather the things I saw, because nothing actually happened to me, but the things I saw today. And it's just showing you, that this is just a reminder that there's no righteousness, no faith, and no love in this kingdom. So this is the book of Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, and there's a reason why everybody just seems to be more apathetic, more cold and unfeeling towards one another, and that is because of the wickedness that is prevalent in this kingdom. Because something that the people of this kingdom don't understand, but it's very clear and very abundant, very clear in this truth, is that love, okay, actual love, not the madness that is being pushed in this kingdom as love, but actual love comes from the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahweh. And this is very cold take, but if you are not in this truth, if you don't believe in the most if you don't believe in the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahweh, if you're not in this truth, you truly don't know or understand how to love. And let's get some precepts. Let's get some precepts. I forgot how to tell this thing. Here it is. So this is the book of Romans 13, and I'll just get the main point. Romans 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. And it's the same love that is being spoken about in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. And what is love? What is actual true love, and not the love that is being pushed in this kingdom, which is basically that whole idea of romantic love or whatever. But actual love is being righteous towards another man, right? Be keeping Basically being righteous towards another man, as it is written. Let's get that precept as well. The two major laws in the scriptures, as Allah Yahweh said, love the Most High Yahweh with all your heart, with all your might, and with all your soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Okay, let me get that precept, because I'm just going through all these things because I'm just going through all these things just to get just so I can bring out the full understanding of what I want to go into, because there is a reason why there is no more love on the earth. Why the love of many is waxing cold. Why any small thing now, you see people the people of this world are just blowing each other away, right? Are just being more violent and ill affectionate to each other. Any small thing now is resulting in a fight. Any small thing is resulting in a quarrel. And even people are losing their lives to the wickedness of people are even losing their lives over very little things. Over there in Babylon the Great, you see people just randomly shooting somebody because they got their McDonald's order wrong. They give them a burger without any ketchup on it. You heard the cause of the recent riots in the UK was because some random guy just walked up to a school and just decided to stab up all the children that were there. And there is a reason why you see events like this being more and more commonplace. The school shooting statistics are through the roof in Babylon the Great. There's a reason why all these things are happening all over the earth, and that is because there is no more righteousness in this kingdom, right? Esau, Edom, the wicked, is now ruling in this kingdom, and his wickedness has completely taken over. Okay, that's why the scriptures say, as soon as these devils came into power, starting with Alexander the Greek, that evils multiplied on the earth. That's in the book of First Maccabees. But back to what I was saying. Um, I've gotten the precept I wanted to bring out. Let me go back to what I was talking about. Let me go back to I've forgotten I've forgotten the precept I wanted to bring out. Well, let me go back to what I was saying, right? Love is the fulfillment of the law. And like I was saying, okay, the love of many is wax cold. Going back to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, right? So let me just go into the story and the reason why I was inspired to do this video. Okay, and it's because I was at work today, so I decided to just calm down, get into something to eat before I get into work. Just go on a quick break. And while I was, out down, I came out from the office and I walked to where I usually buy my food to eat. And while I was there, you had this nigger woman and her counterpart, right? The normal regular nigger man, right? The two of them were arguing in the middle of the streets, arguing, shouting at each other. You dey mad, you dey craze. Say you no get sense, abi why you dey say talk say I dey craze? Who you be? You say you better I go beat you, that kind of thing. And they were just arguing, and the man was like really, really upset. I don't really know what caused it, right? But the dude was really, really upset. He was like, and I told the woman, I'm going to beat you. He's going to beat her up. He's going to beat her up. And the woman was not like, you can't beat me up, man. Look at you. Who do you look at you? You know, the, um, say what? So she now walked off, and the guy now ran after her, grabbed her by the wig or the weave that she had on, and started, grabbed her by the weave she had on, and started dragging her back. Like, where do you think you're going? Who do you think you're talking to like that? You think I can't beat you up, right? I'm just trying to say it in English because they were speaking pidgin, which is basically the vernacular in Bonnic, whatever time you want to use here in Nigeria. Like you dey crazy, who you think say you be? I will beat you, I will kill you. That this one, that one, that kind of thing. And even the woman was still trying, was still trying him like who like try it now, try it. Touch me first and see what go happen. Even though the guy was already holding her by the weave. And then the guy wasn't really going to actually start attacking her or anything. But people now came up to separate them. And I was actually surprised seeing that happen because even when I was hearing it, I was thinking that this is just normal talk that this guy, people that those guys used to say, in burst of anger, especially when and you know how the nigga woman is now, even here in Nigeria, that the same way. But to see the guy actually go as far as to chase after the woman, grab her by the weave, and he was actually getting ready to actually put hands on this woman. But people now came, the passerbys now came and actually tried separating them because they were real tussling. Like it wasn't a matter, they were actually fighting, like struggling in the middle of the street. And then people now came up, started separating them, like what's going on, like what's going on. People from I believe where the woman was actually living now came out trying to separate the fight because that's how loud they were being. That's how much of a disruption was being caused. And when I saw that, my first thought was, damn, it's starting to get rough out here for everybody, man. Like, and you can really tell because things are getting more and more wicked out here, and people are becoming more and more heartless, right? Because that's not a normal sight to see. And just a guy just attacking a woman for what is apparently no reason because from what it looked like, they just because from where I was coming from, right? I had actually already bought what I wanted to buy, and I was coming out, and I saw the guy was now shouting at the woman like, and the woman was now shouting back at him like, "What are you going to do?" Right? And the woman now walked off, and the guy now started following him. Ha! Now grabbed her, was about to actually put hands on her, like balled up his fist and everything to strike, and they separated them. And that really got me thinking, like, yeah, times are about to get wild out here because people are beginning to lose it, okay? Sensibility, civility, everything is going out the window. And this is why you see the men of the Lord constantly doing these videos, warning the nigger woman that all these protections that you have, all this pride that you have is about to go out the window. But this isn't only focused on the nigger woman, it's focused on really all over the world because we're not talking about how the women that are at ease, weep and how you careless daughters, right? Let me get that precept. Let me get that precept. Many days will you be troubled. But that's not what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about is the actual effect of this wicked kingdom on every, and how things are becoming worse. Okay. I don't know why this thing is always so hard to find. Women at ease. So this is it right here. Isaiah 30 Isaiah 32 verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and and get sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vines. And the point being, of course, in the times that were coming into, men, a lot of you women and all the infrastructure that has been built for you, all the protections that you have living in Esau's kingdom will be stripped away. And that's when you realize that feminism isn't going to save you, right? No such thing as a strong independent woman, but that's beside the point, right? Because we are, a Jacob's trouble is coming closer and closer. That's the main point I'm trying to bring across. This is just is like the whole woman thing is just a sub point because it was actually a woman that he was doing it to, right? If it was two guys that were fighting in the street, that's just normal shit, man. You see that every day. Two dudes, one guy maybe gets a little bit, but even when I was coming to work, I even saw that two dudes are fighting each other straight up, like not oh, he came and grabbed this guy and he was like, and they were tussling. Nah, they were actually throwing fists at each other. Like the guy ran, because the two of them were beside, the two of them were at each end of a bus, right? So the first guy, he was on the left side of the bus. He ran all the way to the right side, picked up that, caught that guy, picked him up, and lifted him up. The other guy started blowing, he started punching down into his shoulder. That's to show you that, look, man, that's to show you what time it is, man, because that's two different encounters right there, and that's not normal, to just see people just breaking out in fights left and right. But that's the time that we're in right now. People are beginning to lose it. Basically, people are beginning to become more and more heartless towards each other. Okay, and that was just part of what's happened. Another thing that not happened is, one of my co-workers, he was talking about how all these banks are beginning to scam people, basically, because because there's something here in Nigeria where the banks come up to you and just start asking you to buy the stocks, right, the shares of their bank, so you can be a shareholder, which of course that's bullshit, right? They're just trying to constantly promote this, pushing this whole idea of buying shares and buying shares. And then you find out that he said that, oh, those shares are all scams because the banks are always losing so much money that if you buy those shares, you might end up losing millions, or you might end up losing a major percentage of it in a short amount of time, right? And of course, you already been known how scummy banks actually are, and he even went on to say that in one of the major banks here in Nigeria, and even the bank that I usually use, he said that if you lose money in that bank, it's basically in their terms and conditions. It shows you the scummy tactics that Esau Edom employs in his kingdom, because those terms and conditions, you can well know it now, those long ass terms and conditions that it's even already been proven, right, in court. I don't know whether it's in court, but a lot of companies have admitted that they basically make the terms and admissions as terms and conditions as long as possible, to ensure that you won't actually read through it and see what it says, right? Because if you read a lot of these terms and conditions that these companies put before you can use their product, sign up to their services, so on and so forth. If you read them, you actually see that there's a lot of borderline illegal activity. They can do they can do this with your information, they can do that with your information. You're not liable to this, you're not liable to that. Similar to how there was this family that I believe they are one of their people, one of the husband, right, the man of the house, he died in Disneyland, right? And they said that because he had a Disney Plus account, that he was not allowed that the family was not allowed to sue Disneyland for it. Okay, so let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that. Because I think he died in Disneyland, and because he had a Disney Plus account, they could not sue Disney for. They could not sue Disney. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Oh, and it seems like they've dropped it. This is the latest news now. So this is the article right here. Disney backpedals on saying man can't sue over wife's death because he signed up for Disney Plus. And I just get a little bit of the article just so you can see what I'm talking about. Disney has backpedaled on its stance in a wrongful death suit filed by a widower whose wife died after having eaten at a restaurant in Disney World, now saying it will waive arbitration that it argued the man agreed to when he signed up for Disney Plus. Right. So basically, the argument is that you can't sue Disney because for the death. Basically, the man, his wife died after eating at the restaurant in Disney Plus. So now he's trying to sue Disney for, I don't know whether it's a wrongful death suit or I don't really know what the lawsuit entails. And the Disney lawyer has now said that he can't sue because he signed up for Disney Plus, right? And this is an example of what I'm saying, that these companies all kinds of um they put all kinds of information in their terms and conditions that is basically you just selling your rights away, right? And because the terms and conditions are so long, you can't actually read through all of them because hey, nobody reads the terms and conditions anymore. And you want to sign up for a product, you want to sign up to a company's services, you want to buy, you want to use a company's services, you want to do anything mainly online, right? Because there's many services of companies over the internet that do this. You have to agree to their terms and conditions. Hell, sometimes they don't even put the terms and conditions on the page where you're signing up in. They just put a little link, right? You can know that link, that blue link that's underlined, that it always says agree to our terms and conditions. The terms and conditions is now in color blue, now underlined. That's the link to their terms and conditions. They now have the radio button they can click on to agree to their terms and conditions. And many times you can't use that product, you can't sign up for that service unless you actually agree to it, right? And if you now open the terms and conditions, you can get hundreds of pages of information, right? And many of them don't even know what they are really going into, because what they will do is that they will now, instead of using saying the actual instead of making the actual terms and conditions in English, they'll be using lawyer lingo, even going as far as directing you to different constitutions that exist, right? They'll use, say, under US Constitution Article 49 they can't do this, they can do this, they can do that. That's how they get you, man. And that's the and that all these practices is being enabled by Esau Edom, the so-called red man that is ruling over the earth. Because hey, this is how Esau operates, right? Within the fringes of the law, things that are barely legal. Because it just shows you what the scriptures say. And I always love to get this precept because this is a perfect description of this kingdom. Habakkuk 1 verse 4. Therefore, the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. And all these laws that you have in Esau's kingdom, whether it's the constitution or whatever other law that you have, is always having some kind of ridiculous ass loophole, right? Like how I've forgotten how I think the other Malcolm when I started going into this, how in the US now they no longer use the US Constitution, but they're actually using a maritime law, right? That's why they are able to do things like child support, alimony and the like. Title 40, I believe it is, because it's illegal in the US. And that's how Esau operates, man. A lot of the laws that Esau sets up are being set up in order to be what I'm looking for. Basically, they are being set up in order to be jumped over, right? In order to be jumped over, they are being set up with loopholes in them that Esau Edom can abuse, because these devils don't actually keep the law they set up. And that's why the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are so perfect, right? There aren't any loopholes in the law, statutes, and commandments. So if you say, oh well, the scriptures say that I can't eat unclean food. What about if I just use it as you can't use it as ingredients for cooking clean food? You can't do that, right? Because the scriptures say that if the food is unclean, you can't even touch it. If an animal is unclean, you can't even touch its carcass, right? You can't even touch its dead body. You see how the law works. If an animal is on and you'll be unclean until evening, you see how the law works. That shows you that you're not even supposed to be dealing with or having those unclean animals around you, right? But in Esau's kingdom, man, the law can be abused in whatever way possible. Hell, it can even be completely above the law and not have to worry about any of the legal ramifications of your actions. After all, Esau skirts the law every single day. Even the scriptures talk about that, that they are not in trouble as other men. That's the book of Psalms, the 73rd chapter. I think it was Breonna Taylor or one of these evil ass Edomite cops that shoot Jake. He got out. Yeah, it was Breonna Taylor. The police officer that shot her got out of prison, and it was actually our boyfriend that got put in prison for her murder. That shows you, and that's what I'm saying right here. That's why there's no more love in this kingdom, because you allow the wicked to get into rulership. You promote Esau's wickedness as a way of life. And I'm talking about you Babylonians right now. Because while these devils are pushing their evil on you, you accepted it. You are wholly joined together with them. And now you're reaping the fruits of that wickedness. Right? You only are okay with the alphabet lifestyle. When you are okay with all the other wicked practices that are being done in this kingdom. When you are okay with the basically everything that Babylon the Great promotes, the confusion, the wickedness. This is what it has become for you. There's a reason why this kingdom is the way that it is right now. There's a reason why, and I've been holding out. But let me get that preset right now, as it is written. When the wicked are in rulership, right, the people mourn. Let me get that. There's a reason why this whole kingdom is in the state of mourning that it is in right now. And even the scriptures tells you that all creation groaneth and travaileth together. Proverbs 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And there is a reason why this kingdom is in mourning right now. And you can't even, and hey, it used to be a time where you could even argue that, or actually, this kingdom isn't in mourning. America is the greatest country ever. Babylon is the greatest country ever. You don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean in mourning? But now, you can't even make that argument anymore. Yeah, you're in debt out your mind in Babylon. You're in Babylon the Great, right? National debt is through the roof. Politicians are corrupt as ever. You know, now everything in Babylon the Great. Everything in Babylon the Great. The infrastructure has failed. The vintage has fallen. So you can't even make any arguments for Babylon anymore, because it's completely done. It is through. Kahaya Bashmi Oshai. So now this is the book of Romans 8. Let me get the main points. Let me just jump down and get the main points. Romans 8, verse 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Right. And the reason why they are in pain is because, once again, we are under the kingdom, in the rulership of Esau Edom. And there is no justice here. There is no law here. But there is no that's vision actually. There's no law here. There is no righteousness here, and all that we have here is the wickedness of Esau Edom. So hell yeah, love is going to wax cold in this kingdom, because there is no enforcement of proper love, right? True love, which is what is written of in the scriptures, the fulfillment of the law of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Because that's why you see the meaning of the Lord practicing. That's why you see that there is such love in the brotherhood, between brothers. Let me see if I can get that precept. Let me see if I can get that precept. That should be the book of Psalms. Can't remember the exact book of Psalm, but I think it's in the 130s. Yeah, here it is. Psalms 133, verse 1. A song of degrees of David. Behold, how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in unity. And that's why you see so much unity and love in this truth, because we are practicing in real, actual love, okay? True love in this truth, man. Not, like I said, what this kingdom pushes. And that's why you see. And this place is done. Let me just say that this place is done. So with that, let me end the video right there. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Rakakwadash. Wa Abad Babal Shalom.